This is our backyard, and this is the stretch of alley that we have civilly and kindly and nicely asked to have paved since 2018. And the reason why David yesterday said it cannot happen is because of the choice to keep it gravel from this neighbor. We drive back here. She does not. And this is the dilapidated shed number 1 she has on her property. This is dilapidated shed number 2 back here, which is absolutely rodent infested. I obviously will not go into her property, but I can certainly zoom in so you can see this is the backyard of the neighbor who has objections to this part of the county, from this part to her backyard, which isn't even her backyard. Once again, this is just the part of the alley that butts up to her house. It is the objection, the aesthetic choice of this neighbor to not get this paved so that we don't have the flooding of the video that we gave you on Friday. So this is our backyard. This is the drain that previous owners put in, and thankfully, because without this drain, all the water that comes down this alley would have no place to go. And just to be clear, this is where the water is piped out from this neighbor's house of the alley, right? So they pipe the water of their home. There is continued piping where they drain it to the back of the house that our drain has to handle. Here is more water that is drained from this neighbor's house, and then more water drained to the backyard, as you can see, to this alley that goes down the street here, down the alley. And this is the neighbor. Just gonna make sure that I understand correctly that the choice to keep this area gravel is being determined by this neighbor's aesthetic choices. So, I'm not going to take video of the front of the house, but this is what's going on in the back of her house, where we have a rodent problem, and she has 2 big structures that do nothing but house, I'm not sure what, but definitely wildlife. And it is for this neighbor's choice to keep this gravel while our neighbors pipe their water into our alley that this neighbor choice to keep it gravel is why we will continue to have the flooding. And this creek that forms every time it rains, the back of her yard, to come down to the drain that our house has, thankfully, because the county hasn't put anything back here to drain my neighbor's waters or anything else. So I just want to be clear on that. Is that correct?